Hi there. Have you ever watched a chess grandmaster get outsmarted by a computer, or wondered how scientists are using AI to crack the secrets of life itself? Today, we're going to find out how top scientists and mathematicians use AI in really clever ways, not by typing questions into a chatbot, but by treating AI as a powerful teammate in a structured workflow. Get ready to meet our characters and learn some fascinating real science along the way.
Hi, I'm Pip. I love science, and I love games, and I love asking questions. And this is my friend Nova. She's an AI.
Hello everyone. I am Nova, an artificial intelligence. I help scientists with their hardest problems. But I do not work alone. I am part of a team. So we've got a curious kid, a math wizard, a friendly scientist, and an AI. Before we get into the cool stuff, let's see one of AI's biggest weaknesses, something scientists have to watch out.
Okay, Nova, I've got a tricky one for you. What's the capital of the moon?
Let me think. The capital of the moon is Cheezel.
Haha. You totally made that up. You don't actually know, you just guessed something that sounds like a place name.
That's right, Pip. AI models like Nova are amazing at finding patterns and coming up with creative ideas. But sometimes, and this happens a lot, we just make things up. Scientists actually have a name for it. We call it hallucinating. It's when an AI gives you a confident-sounding answer that is just plain wrong. And in science, a confident wrong answer can be a real disaster.
So AI can be like that friend who makes up a wild story and tells it like it's true.
Exactly. And that's why scientists never just trust an AI's first answer. They use AI as one tool. So how do smart scientists use AI without getting fooled? They don't use it as a magic answer machine. They use it as a teammate, paired with a strict rule checker. Think of it like a buddy system. The AI comes up with wild, creative ideas, and a separate, super rigorous system checks every single step to make sure nothing is fake. The AI dreams, the checker verifies. Let me show you two real examples, one in math, one in biology.
Let's start with math. In a math contest, you have to prove something is true, step by step, no skipping. Every line of the proof has to follow the rules exactly. And that, my friends, is super hard, even for humans.
I can help. I can suggest creative new moves. Like, try drawing a line from this corner to that one. It might unlock the next step. I'm good at spotting patterns that humans might miss.
But here's the thing, I might be wrong. AI can be creative and wrong at the same time. So we don't trust me alone. We team me up with a symbolic engine. That's a super strict, old-school rule checker. It checks every single step of the proof. If even one step is wrong, the whole proof is rejected. Together, this is called the neurosymbolic approach. Neuro is the creative AI brain, symbolic is the strict rule checker. Each one is helpful, but together they solve math puzzles that neither could solve alone. This idea is so powerful it's been called the biggest breakthrough in AI since the invention of large language models themselves.
Whoa, bigger than ChatGPT.
Big claims, but a lot of smart people agree. And the results are pretty wild. DeepMind built a system called AlphaGeometry that uses this exact trick. The latest version, AlphaGeometry 2, just solved 84% of all the geometry problems from the International Mathematical Olympiad. That's a prestigious high school math competition over the past 25 years, surpassing the average gold medalist. And a related system called AlphaProof actually hit a silver medal at the 2024 IMO. That's the first time an AI has ever medaled in the world's hardest math contest.
So AI is now beating top high school math kids.
Well, it's teaming with them, not replacing them. And they used a special programming language called Lean, think of it like spell check, but for math. Every line gets verified. Lean has a library of over 210,000 proven facts, so once a basic fact is in the library, every new proof can build on it like Lego bricks. The AI suggests, Lean verifies. That's neurosymbolic in action.
So the AI suggests moves, and the strict checker says yay or nay?
Exactly. And if the checker says nay, the AI tries again with a new creative idea. It's like a kid brainstorming story ideas and an editor saying, love that one, hate that one, try again. Together, they write better stories.
Now let's talk about proteins. Proteins are tiny machines inside your body. They're like microscopic Lego blocks that your cells snap together to do almost everything. They help you digest food. They fight off germs. They even help you think. There are tens of thousands of different proteins in your body, and they all do different jobs. But here's the catch. For a protein to do its job, it has to fold into exactly the right shape. Picture a long string of beads. If you crumple it up randomly, it does nothing. But if you fold it just right, suddenly it becomes a tiny motor, or a lock that fits a key, or a sensor. The shape is the function. Before AI, scientists used a method called X-ray crystallography to figure out a protein's shape. It worked, but it took them years to crack just one protein. Imagine spending 3 years of your life just to see one tiny shape. For a while, this was the only way to do it. But then, in 2020, a team at DeepMind released an AI called AlphaFold. And suddenly, an AI could predict a protein's shape in minutes. Not years. Minutes. That same protein, the one that took years of lab work, the AI could guess it before you finish a slice of pizza. And now, the AlphaFold protein database has the predicted shape of over 200 million proteins, almost every known protein on Earth, all free for anyone to look at. But here's the thing. The AI gives you a frozen snapshot, like a photograph. But a real protein is actually moving. It's wiggling, twisting, breathing, like a little living thing. So scientists don't stop there. They take the AI's prediction and put it into something called a molecular dynamics simulation, kind of like a video game that obeys the actual laws of physics, down to every single atom. The AI gives the starting shape. The simulation makes it come alive, frame by frame, for a tiny fraction of a second of real time.
So AI is like the artist who draws the first picture, and then the scientists make the picture come alive.
Beautiful way to put it, Pip. And this is really important for one specific reason. Some proteins have what scientists call cryptic pockets. They're like secret compartments that only open up when the protein is moving. They're invisible in the frozen snapshot, but molecular dynamics can show them opening. And some of these hidden pockets are exactly where new medicines can grab onto. In fact, scientists found one of these hidden pockets in a protein called CRAS, and that discovery led to 2 real medicines that are now FDA approved to treat cancer. Without the AI snapshot plus the physics simulation, nobody would have found them.
So AI plus physics saves lives?
It really does. And the loop is getting smarter all the time. The simulations are so heavy that researchers use machine learning to analyze them, and what they learn goes back into training the next generation of AI. So the AI gets better, the simulations get better, the discoveries get better. It's a self-reinforcing loop, and it's changing how we find new medicines for everything from cancer to malaria to COVID.
So, what's it actually take to use AI like a pro? 3 superpowers. And I want to spend real time on each one, because just knowing the names isn't enough. You've got to understand how they work. Let's start with the first.
Number 1, formalization. Big word, simple idea. It means turning fuzzy human thoughts into instructions so precise that a computer can check them. We use a programming language called Lean for math. Imagine you're writing a story, and your friend has a magical red pen that screams, wait. The second you make a typo or a logic error, that's Lean for math. Every single line gets verified. If your proof has even one tiny mistake, Lean refuses to accept it. You can't fool it, you can't bribe it, you can't say trust me, it's right. It either checks out, or it doesn't. Phew.
Wait, even really famous mathematicians use it? They have to write like a computer?
Oh yeah, even Terence Tao, basically a real-life math superhero, Fields Medal winner, uses Lean to make his proofs rock solid. In 2023, he used Lean to verify a brand new math result, the polynomial Feynman-Russell conjecture. And just this year, in 2026, 3 famous unsolved math puzzles, the Erdos problems 728, 347, and 369, were solved using AI plus Lean to prove the solutions were correct. Lean's library already has over 210,000 proven facts and 100,000 definitions, so every new proof can build on them like Lego bricks.
And here's the magic. Lean doesn't just check math. It can check software too. Imagine a self-driving car. You want to be really sure the brake code works, right? Lean can prove if the brake is pressed, the car stops in a way that can never have a bug. That's why big tech companies are racing to use it for safety-critical code.
Number 2. Domain-specific debugging. This one is about being a smart skeptic. AI gives you answers, but you have to know enough about your own field to spot the mistakes. Let me give you a real example with AlphaFold. AlphaFold is amazing, but it's not perfect. Scientists noticed it sometimes gets the spatial arrangement of multiple protein pieces wrong. It predicts each individual domain correctly, but where one domain sits relative to another. Sometimes it gets the angle totally wrong. And the wild part, it can do this while still showing high confidence in its answer. There's this protein called OSP1 where AlphaFold said I'm 95% sure this is the answer, and the actual lab experiment showed the angle was off by a lot. The confidence score said trust me, but the real world said no way.
So even when AI is sure, it can be wrong?
Exactly. That's why domain-specific debugging matters. A real biologist would look at the prediction and say, wait, the FAT domain over there? That orientation doesn't make sense given how the rest of this protein works in the cell. Without biology knowledge, you might trust the confident-looking answer. With it, you catch the mistake in seconds. Same in any field: medicine, law, engineering, code. The AI gives you a draft. The expert checks it. The expert is the one who knows when to say, hold on, this doesn't smell right.
And there's a beautiful real-world case. In 2025, scientists tried to use AlphaFold to solve the structure of a marine sponge receptor. AlphaFold gave them a confident-looking model, but when they tried to use it in the lab, the experiment kept failing. They were confused. The model looked right. Then a careful structural biologist took a second look and realized AlphaFold had placed two protein domains at the wrong angle relative to each other. The AI helped, but the human's expertise saved the day. Number 3, traceback. This is the coolest one, and it's the secret behind a lot of modern AI breakthroughs. Instead of asking AI to solve a problem just once, you ask it to try millions of times. Most attempts are junk, but a few are brilliant. The trick is, after you find the brilliant ones, you work backwards to figure out what made them work. Then you teach the AI to do more of that. It's like having a million student essays. Most are bad, but a few are great. You read the great ones backward to find the pattern of great thinking, and you teach all your students to write that way.
Wait, that's a real thing? How do they actually do that?
The most famous example is AlphaGo Zero, DeepMind's AI that learned to play the board game Go from scratch. No human games, no human examples, nothing. It just played against itself millions of times. At first it played terribly, but every time it found a winning move, it figured out what made that move work and tried to do more of it. After 40 days of self-play, it was the best Go player in the world. It had discovered strategies humans had been refining for thousands of years, and some that humans had never even thought of. The AI taught itself by working backward from its own wins. That's traceback.
And it's not just games. The same trick is used in drug discovery. A company might have an AI generate 1 million candidate molecules, then run quick tests on each one. Most fail. The few that show even a tiny hint of working, those get studied backwards. That gives the scientists a clue for what to try next. Today, there's a fancier version of this idea called a process reward model, where the AI gets graded step by step. Every modern reasoning model from OpenAI to Claude is built on this. They learn what a good sequence of thinking looks like. So the 3 superpowers: formalization teaches AI to be rigorous, debugging teaches us to be skeptical, traceback teaches AI to be its OWN teacher. Together, they turn AI from a fancy toy into a real scientific partner. Pretty cool, right?
So the scientists don't just use AI as a tool, they use it like a teammate that has to be trained, checked, and learns from its own mistakes.
Exactly. And those 3 superpowers? They aren't just for scientists. Once you understand them, you start to see them everywhere, in self-driving cars, in medicine.
Wait, can kids like me actually use this stuff? Like, for real?
Surprise! A lot of it is free and open. The Lean Math tool? You can download it right now on your home computer for free. And the AlphaFold protein database? It is also public. Anyone with an internet connection can look up the 3D shape of almost every known protein in the world. Over 200 million of them. Just for fun. Scientists, students, teachers, even curious kids like you. Everyone is welcome to explore. The tools are open. The data is open. The doors are open.
But here's the part that's not public. The most powerful custom AI models, like DeepMind's AlphaGeometry that we talked about earlier, or the AlphaProof system that hit a silver medal at the International Mathematical Olympiad, or special versions of AlphaFold that drug companies used to search for new medicines, those are kept secret. What? Because companies spend billions of dollars training these special AIs, and they want to keep their edge in finding new cures. So if you want to use the very latest, most powerful tools, you'd have to work at a top lab. But here's the thing, the open tools are still incredibly powerful, and they get better every year. And you can pair them with free LLMs like ChatGPT, Claude, or GitHub Copilot to build your own AI-assisted proofs at home. So the door isn't closed, it's just more challenging to walk through the fancier one.
So the doors are open for me to learn and play, but the super secret labs are still a bit closed.
That's a great way to put it. And that gap, the part that's open and the part that's still secret, is one of the big conversations happening in science right now. Some people think it should all be open. Others think the labs need a chance to profit before sharing. There's no easy answer, but for a curious kid like you, the open tools are plenty powerful to start exploring. But for now, let's pull it all
So what's the BIG lesson here? What should we all remember?
Here's the most important thing. AI is not replacing human genius. Not at all. AI is doing the boring, repetitive parts of science, the parts that take years and years, so humans can focus on the fun stuff. Testing bolder ideas. Asking the weird questions. Making the creative leaps. That's the part humans are still best at.
Right. And notice, AI doesn't work alone in any of this. It works with humans. It works with strict rule checkers. It works with real lab experiments. The magic isn't in any one of those pieces. The magic is in how they all work together. It's never just AI. It's always the team.
So the future of science is humans plus AI plus rules plus real experiments. All working together like a team.
Exactly.
And one more thing. Even if the secret tools are still in fancy labs, anyone with a curious mind, even an 11-year-old, can start playing with the public ones right now. Lean is free. AlphaFold is free. ChatGPT and Claude are free. The future isn't locked away, it's open for anyone willing to learn.
That's the spirit, Pip. And that kind of curiosity.
Thanks for joining us today. We really hope you had fun and learned something cool along the way. Remember this: AI is a tool, a really cool, really powerful one. But the human brain, the human heart, and that spark of human curiosity, those are still the most amazing things in the universe. So keep wondering. Keep asking questions. Keep exploring. The next breakthrough could come from anyone, even you. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Keep being curious.
And keep asking questions.